You wrote a book. You wrote a
Yes,
book
I
called
did.
Nobody Cares About Your Career. Why did you write that book?
I wrote it for a couple of reasons. One is when I went and looked at business books, I went to the bookstore, I looked at all the business section. I really felt that there were two things. One was there were people who were perfect at the end and saying, I'm perfect. I was so great. I was genius how I did this. But it felt a little bit unattainable. It felt unattainable. And then on the other end, I felt that you were supposed to pick up a habit or have discipline or do a small miraculous thing that was going to change your career for you if you just had the discipline to do this one thing. And my career is really quite different in that I'm definitely not perfect, nor am I at the end. And I don't have the discipline for the habit that is going to fix me. And I wanted to write it as a conversation of someone who is, a sitting CEO in the middle of her career, who's worked in a very wild, crazy workplace, who has had a lot of different jobs. And it's really my take. It's a conversation. It's written very conversationally. It's my take on, hey, what kind of headspace do you need to be in to be great at work? How do you navigate work? Work is tough to navigate. And then how do you know when you should stick around, or how do you know when you should leave, and why?
You talked about perfection. And in your book, you write, you are not perfect, neither is your work, but you can both be great. And I
Yes.
love that. I think that's really, really important. So, how and when did you get over the desire to be perfect at work?
I mean, I'm still struggling with it. I think a desire to be great and to constantly be better. I think it's like the dog that never gets the treat. Like, I think I'll always be on that treadmill or on that gauntlet. And I think for me, it's very motivating to want to be better at everything, not just work. And some days I'm better at it, and at some things I'm better at it. But I think people spend a lot of time blaming their job for not giving them more, or being the thing they wanted it to be, or not, just they blame their job for their situation. And the reality is that every company has issues. Literally every company. Pick the most successful company on the planet, they have issues.
It's kind of
Um,
why it's called work.
Exactly. Like, it's called work for a reason. And I write a lot about this, exactly to your point, which is work happens on like a very mundane Monday, or like a Wednesday when you're in a bad mood. Like, that's when the work really happens. And I really do believe that if you can get over this bias and this judgment that either you're perfect and you're not, or your job is supposed to be perfect and it's not, but you both have things to offer, and you both have things that are wrong with you, and you both have potential, meet up and marry those two things up to make something great.